Welcome to my channel. My name's Jared. This is another Sunday update video. I also post silent build videos on Wednesdays, so be sure to check those out as well. Today, we're gonna talk about the Model T. Okay, got some traffic here, but we're gonna work through it. So if you saw my last video, you would have seen that I drove the Model T to a swap meet. This was by far the longest trip I've taken with this car. It's about a 50-mile round trip, so around 25 miles each way. I left early in the morning, had no problem getting there. It's now not midday, but it's getting closer to midday now, so traffic is picked up. Still, the car is doing excellent. You can see, show the temperature. So the temperature, if you can see it, it rises once you shut it off, so it started to rise a little bit, but it hasn't gotten hot at all. And it is kind of warm outside. You can see I've got the windshield open to help keep it cool inside the car, and it does stay very cool inside there, so that's all going well. The swap meet was a good time. If you haven't seen that video, you should check it out. And if you aren't familiar with this car, you should check out the build series. There's, I believe it's an 18-part build series that shows the whole process of me bringing this car up to the condition it's in. Oh, we got our brake lights on. The pedal sticks. People have asked about that. Why does the pedal stick? And it just gets caught on the wood floorboard, so I'll just pop that off. But so while we're in here, we'll discuss the only issue that I've had on this trip, and that is the coil boxes. So I don't have the cover on this, and mainly because I kind of like being able to see them and make sure everything's firing off and all that kind of stuff. So but basically I started to notice the car had less power than it should, and so I pulled over and checked it out, and sure enough, these weren't all sparking. And so then I pressed them down, and the first time it was just this one that wasn't connected, and so I pressed that in, and then it was fine. It made it the whole rest of the way there, no issues. But on the trip back, it happened over and over and over. I mean, I've had to, while I'm driving, I have to reach down here and push these boxes back in, and then as soon as I do, it'll make a connection and you'll feel it. I mean, the engine will just take off. That cylinder will kick in. So I'm gonna try to put some shims in here. I've seen people do that. And then I guess I'm gonna put the cover on, and hopefully that cover puts pressure on these boxes in some way that holds them down completely, because there's a contact point on the bottom and then on the side, and it has to be pressed down far enough to make that contact point. Otherwise that cylinder just stops firing. So that's the only issue I've had, but I've been able to reach down and fix it on the go while I'm driving, so it hasn't been that big of a deal. Other updates on this car, because you guys haven't seen it in a while, I added a horn. I mentioned before the horn didn't work. Oh, wow, that's funny. It's good timing. Anyway, that's the horn, and it's never actually stuck like that, but of course on the video it would. But yeah, so it's got a horn now. People seem to really enjoy that because everyone loves this car. They're always waving and giving you thumbs up, and then hit the horn, and people really enjoy that. So I'll go ahead and show you the engine real quick. The car has been leaking a lot of oil. There's the engine. You can kind of see the carburetor always looks like this after you've been driving it. It gets this moisture on there. Pretty sure that's normal. The engine leaks a lot. You can already see several spots down there. I thought that was normal. After being at the show today, I saw some other Model Ts that didn't leak, and some of them were souped up and had Model A engines and stuff like that, but I'm starting to think it's not as normal as I thought. All the gaskets are new, obviously. I think most of the oil is coming from that hog's head, where it has just some felt gaskets around in the corners, and so I may eventually pull that off and maybe even try to come up with a more modern gasket solution. We'll see. But I did check the oil. I actually added some oil on this trip, so I just make sure it has oil in it, and that seems to be fine. But yeah, so here's the Model T for all of you guys who haven't seen it in a while, and it's doing great. I'm driving it, I'm enjoying it. Basically everyone who comes over now goes for a ride in it. Everyone loves this car. The neighbors go for rides in it. The neighborhood had a car show in large part because of this car. They were discussing this car, and they decided to have a local car show. So everyone absolutely loves this thing. I'm enjoying it, and it's doing great. So yep, so that's pretty much it for this week, guys. Just a quick update. Thanks for watching. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing. Also, I want to give a shout out to my patrons. I really appreciate you guys. You're helping fund the channel, so thank you very much for that. Okay, that's it. Bye, guys.